Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
As for the Cavs, why can't they seem to get it together when one of their players is down? I've noticed when Jared Allen is down, they are a team like a deer in the headlights. They don't know what they're doing. They are just starstruck. And there's only so much I feel like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland can do. And I think people were expecting so much big expectations from these guys. But they got to remember, this is one of the youngest teams in the NBA. I just want to hear you guys' thoughts.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. And I think you touched on it at the end of that right there. You brought in arguably your best player in Donovan Mitchell. You've got a young core around him. It's going to take time to figure out what spots on the floor do you like? What don't you do really well defensively that we can cover for? I mean, it's not something that you figure out in a week or 2 weeks. It takes months to figure out how to play together. And that's what you're seeing. And obviously they figured out a little bit on how to deal with the 76ers last night. But I think time will cure a lot of what you're seeing when a guy goes down.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's also a reality attached to this too, Dave. Even though there was a belief externally and internally that the Cavs had improved their depth this offseason with some smart signings and some of the decisions that they made, they came into this year with 14 NBA players. They have an open roster spot at the NBA level. And one of those 14 players hasn't played a minute. It's Ricky Rubio, who continues to recover from a torn ACL. So now you're down to 13. And then Dylan Windler has played, well, he's been available in one game so far this year. So now you're down to 12. So when you start getting beyond the top 8, and with this team specifically, and you're starting to rely on more guys that are put in these different positions and these different roles that, one, they're not ready for, and two, they're not good enough to have, like, that starts to get exposed a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, if you're starting to ask Robin Lopez to give you 20 to 25 minutes as opposed to 10 to 15, it's not going to look as good. If you're going to ask Isaac Okoro to give you 30 minutes as opposed to 15 to 20, he's going to get exposed, and the Cavs are going to get exposed. And there's that domino effect that they feel every time somebody goes out of the lineup and somebody else is called on to do something that they're not as comfortable doing or not yet ready at this stage of their career to take on.